Oh, from everything I saw, Matt was a pretty normal guy. I mean, what is normal though? But from my observations, pretty typical kind of person that has, the normal issues that people have nowadays. Drink too much, argue with your old lady, feel like your life is not amounting to what it's supposed to be, or that you're not accomplishing the things that you wanted to by certain times in your life. He was younger than me by like 10 years. And I just found out today that he hung himself from a bridge. I mean, we only, talked as neighbors. We didn't really hang out together. I would ask for a ride every now and then if it was raining or I couldn't get my bike somewhere or something like that. It's to you, Matt. I wish you wouldn't have done it. I mean, I probably would have given you a place to stay if you would have asked. I can think of 1,000 reasons why I'd want to go through my head and say, I don't want to let anybody into my life. But at the same time, I've been homeless before. And I've been hopeless before too. There's been times where I've thought about doing what he did. I tell you what, thinking about what my kids would think if I did something like that, as a dead stop every time. The fact that, if you off yourself, you're not the one carrying your weight anymore. It's not, you're not carrying the pain for you at all. You're transferring that pain onto somebody else. So when Matt killed himself, he transferred that pain onto his ex because they were going through problems, and she had told him he had to get out, and they had just been evicted from their house right next door to me. And apparently she had found a place, but they just weren't working out. And he apparently left for 2 days, and then she got the call. It's really sort of strange, the story that she tells me about his death, and the fact there's nothing in any of the papers, nothing in any of the internet news, when I try and search it up. Doesn't really mean anything though, what people think is newsworthy and what people contact the news agencies about, and maybe all that works different now since there's been a pandemic. I don't know. There's a lot of people I know dying right now. Definitely has to do with my age, getting in the mid-40s, at the mid-40s. From this point, on, the more people at this age and above, just the more demographic percentage-wise, some of them are just going to pass on, Every year it's going to be more until you're the only person or you die, He wasn't that horrible of a person from the outside of the house. It really sucks to be that hopeless and think that there's nobody that'll help you out. When I was on that 15-mile walk with no shoes, I felt like that too. I had people that would help me out, but the problem is they were thousands of miles away. Probably one of my biggest problems is that all of my real friends, like all of the real homies, they're all in different states. And there's always some of those situations where you thought you were real homies with somebody, and then you had some sort of disagreement or argument or falling out, and then you try and touch base with them or rectify things, and they just have totally blocked you from their lives, which I understand. I'm a quick Facebook block, but not a phone block. I'll block somebody on Facebook because I don't want to see their shit or hear them anymore, but if they were to call me on the phone, I'd still answer, whereas I've tried to repair some Facebook arguments with people over phones, and they're having none of it, which is fine. That's their thing. But the true test of friendship is not what you do for each other when one or the other is asking. It's what you're willing to get over in order to keep that relationship. You know, I mean, people do stupid stuff. People have arguments. But if it's not intentionally malicious, if it's not intended to actually go out of their way to harm you, a lot of stuff is forgivable. But in order to be forgiven, people have to have acknowledgement of the situations that actually happen. You know, I mean, I can't forgive somebody for some situation that they're just like, you're crazy, I didn't do that. That's not what happened. You didn't go through that, or some shit like that. You know, you just can't forgive those kinds of people. I mean, she was upset when she was telling me, and it definitely seemed like she didn't think he was going to go that far. Like that was a total surprise. She said that he had told her that he has a plan. And the people that are the most serious about killing themselves, they don't warn everybody. The people that don't really want to die, they warn everybody. Anyways, stay strong. The world's out to get you, but you gotta fucking deal with it with the best attitude you possibly can. From somebody that knows, the more you suck into the blackness, the harder it is to get out. You know, if you're gonna get fucked anyways, you might as well do it with a smile.